Yanks, we got a brand new Scooby Doo movie. Cue the music.
Are you? We got some work to do now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to be discussing Scoob, the brand new Scooby Doo movie that was supposed to be in theaters. I really wish the theaters were open back up because I miss it. I used to go like 4 times a week, but this is a brand new film debuting on VOD that you guys can check out right now. And might I say, you should if you're a giant Scooby Doo fan, or in general, if you just want to get a kick of nostalgic to you, you can get it in this film for sure. Of course, if you are new here though, make sure again to hit that like and subscribe button where I do tons of early movie reviews like this on a daily basis. I love talking movies, I love talking geeky content, and I want to discuss it with you guys as well. So make sure to comment down below. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys excited for this one? Are you not? And as well, hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on content like this on a daily basis. Since childhood, Shaggy, Fred, Velma, Daphne, and of course, their pup, Scooby-Doo, have been fighting mysteries all together and really uncovering many different cool adventures along the way. But in a turn of events, when the Blue Falcon shows up and recruits Shaggy and Scooby to thwart Dick Dastardly, and of course, maybe even save the world at the same time, this brings our characters into a brand new light. Now, I was very much excited for Scoob the second I saw the trailer. When it was announced, I was a little bit iffy, though, because I always get nervous when they decide, hey, we're going to remake and create our own version of your classic cartoon characters, and I was nervous. But, to say the least with this, I was very happy with this film, and one that I really came away smiling a lot, laughing a bit more, and in general just saying, I want more Scooby-Doo. Even with that in there, again, the first trailer really, kept me in the feels because you see baby Scooby-Doo, you see young Shaggy having their interaction, and it just melted my heart because I'm also a dog owner and I love my puppies so much, and they're a big part of my life, and, you know, Scooby-Doo has been a big part of my life growing up, and even inside this film, you see how they are able to bring this to life, this new story for a new generation of people who have never been affected by Scooby-Doo, and I think that's actually really cool to say the least. Actually, to be honest, I think a lot of parents are going to get a kick out of showing their kids Scooby-Doo for the very first time. Speaking of that, again, with people showing their kids this, you're going to have a blast with this. Adults, kids, doesn't matter. If you grew up with Scooby-Doo, or you think your kids are going to really like this character of Scooby-Doo, they're going to have a blast with this, because it also takes you back into the past, kicks you even more nostalgic in there when it plays around in the Hanna-Barbera world, which I also grew up in. You know, Blue Falcon, Dick Dastardly, and so many more little fun Easter eggs that play around in this world. I was just having a blast seeing every single thing that showed up in this film, and it kind of put a big smile on my face, and I was actually worried going into this when I saw that they were going to be a pretty big focus from the marketing, and I was like, you know, do I really want them or do I want more of a Scooby-Doo film? And I'll be honest, even when they showed up, I was like, all right, am I going to like this? Am I going to not? And they ended up winning me over. And again, I want more from this world. I want more of these characters coming to life because I just love it so much. It actually makes the adventure a little bit different than we've seen from previous Scooby-Doo movies. Of course, we've seen them team up with other people from other cartoons before, but to say the least, for this new take of it, if we're coming back into this world Scooby-Doo when we haven't had a theatrical Scooby-Doo movie in quite a bit, or in general, a big Scooby-Doo movie like this in a while, I think this is a nice return to form. With animation like this, which honestly blew me away by how amazing it was. I don't even know what kind of style this was, but I'm always a major fan of seeing how they are able to animate films, and the trailer looked gorgeous, but this movie is something else. I mean, every single little detail they really placed inside this film was truly phenomenal, and really just had my jaw and my eyes wide open, and I'm just going, how? This is gorgeous. I like how they were able to bring this character to life of Scooby-Doo and everyone else inside of it and bring them into this modern era and really show them off. Obviously, 2D format is not a big thing anymore, even though I would really love if a movie or show came out and started doing more of it. I think Scooby-Doo kind of did one of the most unique things possible, was bringing us to the 3D element, but also kind of just feeling classic. It's kind of what this story feels like. That's what this whole feeling and tone of this feels like, is a classic Scooby-Doo cartoon, or even a classic Hanna-Barbera cartoon as well. That is where they really hit the nail on the head with this one, is where it fits inside that classic feeling, and really having some jokes in here that maybe go over some of the kids' heads and make the adults laugh quite a bit, but there's some jokes in here that I'm like, I dig it. I love it. And I will be honest, there are some jokes that are definitely more for kids, and I think as a nitpick, I can definitely say I don't love when they go all the kiddie humor, especially when they go with the dabbing, the dancing, and some of the music choices. I kind of wish they would kind of get away from those, but it's really just a slight nitpick for a couple of different scenes. Just skipping over the nitpick, I gotta talk about something I just made me feel like a kid again, and that's when I'm sitting down with my Scooby Doo t-shirt on, and I'm sitting there just like all hyped out of my mind to watch this. And the intro to this is just fantastic. Again, makes you feel the feels, has a little bit of tears in your eyes. You just love seeing Scooby and Shaggy all together. But really the thing that really brought it to light for me, and the one thing that I absolutely loved, was the kick of nostalgic when it played the song. Yes, the Scooby-Doo theme song, and the take on it, and the kind of the way that it kind of went over the history of Scooby-Doo pretty fast. And I think, again, going to new people who will actually, a new generation that's going to be taking into this film for the very first time, the very first time they'll ever see Scooby-Doo as a character, it's going to make parents want to take their kids and revisit them back to certain Scooby-Doo stories, because it was just honestly great. And there's so many great Easter eggs in here as well. Speaking of one thing that doesn't go back to the ways, and this is kind of probably going to be my biggest con for the film personally, and this is going to affect everyone very differently. I'm a big fan of the original casting and the voice cast for Scooby-Doo, and I'm very much used to it. I was not used to this new voice cast yet. It was a big topic of debate when a lot of the voice casts did get announced. When you have the likes of Will Forte, Mark Wahlberg, Jason Isaacs, Gina Rodriguez, Zac Efron, Amanda Seyfried, and so many more coming in board to really bring these characters to life. You know, we do have Frank Welker, thank God, who is playing Scooby-Doo, and that still sounds just phenomenal. But I have to honestly say, everyone in here does a pretty good job. And I would go as far as to say, everyone does a good job at what they're supposed to do. There are some more notable ones that I absolutely love that I will talk about in a second and really praise. But it's Will Forte as Shaggy. And that was going to be the one that I was going to be the most interested to see. And Will Forte does a good job. And probably by midway in the film, I was used to the voice. But I gotta be honest, it just sounded like Will Forte to me at times, doing a Shaggy impression. And again, I love Will Forte to death, but I really wish they would have had Matthew Lillard in here. And I was in the camp that said, I'm open to it. Let me hear the voice. Let me see how it works. And again, Will Forte works. A new generation coming in won't care about this. But as someone who loved Scooby-Doo growing up, and really for a majority of my life, Matthew Lillard has voiced Shaggy. I mean, he's really been a big part of it for me. I gotta be honest, I think it was a miscasted in there, and I wish they would have gotten Matthew Lillard, and I think it would have sank the nostalgic feeling just a little bit more, and the classic feeling of Scooby-Doo, and really just, it's such an iconic voice. I really wish they would have just kept it with that. But like I said, I do want to talk about the rest of the voice cast. Mark Wahlberg as Blue Falcon just works incredibly well. Jason Isaacs as Dick Dastardly is awesome. I love Jason Isaacs, and when he voices or shows up in something, he always really steals the show, and as Dick Dastardly, he kills it. I love Dick Dastardly as a kid, and this was just a dream come true. In fact, I'd stayed away a lot from the marketing for this film, so I didn't know how big of a part he was going to play in this movie. And I love how big of a part he did. Also, Gina Rodriguez, Zac Efron, and Amanda Seyfried really killed the likes of Velma, Fred, and Daphne as well. And I actually thought their three voices, honestly, if I didn't know the actors were playing them, I probably wouldn't have known that they were doing the movie. They did a really good job of bringing these characters to life as well. That's something that Scoob just does so well, again, is bringing this world to life. And it makes me want to, again, go back in. Please give me a sequel. Please give me a show in some way, shape, or form, because I want to experience this world all over again. And I can't wait to rewatch this movie again. I just can't wait. And now I'm in the mood to have a giant Scooby-Doo marathon. Before I give you guys my final thoughts on Scoob, make sure again, hit that like and subscribe. And if you want to be a geek like me, if you want to keep talking movies, hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on content like this on a daily basis, as well as comment down below, guys. I love hearing your guys' thoughts. Let me know who your favorite Scooby-Doo character is. Let me know what your favorite iteration of them is. Who's your favorite villain? And what did you guys think of Scoob? I really want to have these great conversations with you guys. As well, if you guys are interested in seeing movies early, once movie theaters open back up, head on over to Sandwich on Films on how to see films early. And as well, guys, just a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. Points! Scoob was great. I had a blast with it. I love how they intersected the Hanna-Barbera characters into here. I want more from this world. I loved the nostalgic kick that it gave me and the way that it's going to open up this world to a brand new generation, just like Scooby-Doo did for me when my parents first showed me him when I was very young. I love these characters. I love this mystery that they went on. Very curious to see how they were going to play the Hanna-Barbera characters inside this story, and I think some people could have issues with how much time they do spend on them. I'm going to be honest though, I think if I were to give it a little bit more of a nitpick, I would have liked another story before they intersected them in here, kind of a, hey, this is the Scooby-Doo, we're going to do a more low-budget story and kind of head and intersect in here, but at the same time, I also know why they went into this, because we've seen all those stories long ago, and if I want to get one of those, I can go check back one of the older movies and the way that they kind of reference them, because it kind of feels like it still ties into that same world. They pay such respects to these characters and the world that was created so long ago, and so many of the nostalgic Easter eggs that you get to see in here are great. The introduction to this world is fantastic. The first act of this really gets you into the move, and as the movie plays out, it really just works in all of its strides. Again, for the most part, I really like the new voice cast. I think Will Forte, again, I like him as Shaggy. It's just not the one that I grew up with, and I think that's going to be very different for a lot of other people. I'm really curious to hear your guys' thoughts and hear what your guys thinks on that. Really, overall, Scoob is an energetic, vibrant, beautifully animated movie that is not just smart, but it's also very clever, it's hilarious, and it'll definitely put a big smile on your face. So with all that said, I'm going to give Scoob a B+. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'm so curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this film, so make sure to get in a comment down below. And of course, guys, zoinks! Stay classy and keep eating Scooby snacks.